Good day, YouTube. This is just a bit of a quick look at the latest release of Linux Mint. It's called Cinnamon 20.1, so version 20.1. Now, it's actually in beta release at the moment, but it's got some cool features and updates, so I thought I'd go through that one there. And I've got on the right-hand side here, of course, but I've got the page for the new features on the left-hand side, found on the website there. But if we were to just quickly load up a few quick things, punch it in a bit, and see, there we go. So Linux Mint 20.1. Now it is Cinnamon edition. You might or might not notice there. So the Cinnamon desktop environment, so the default environment for Linux Mint, and homegrown by Mint there as well. But starting from the top, let's have a look. So it's got something called web apps these days. So for example, if you use a website, and it can have its own distinct actual app button on the menu, start menu, but also its own distinct window as well. Apparently it's easier to switch between. So if I was to go to web apps and create some stuff here we go. I've already made a YouTube one, but let's make one called Facebook as well. And just chuck in the things. It already knows what it is. Use the browser, whatever you want. And there you go. So a couple of web apps there. So the theory behind it really seems to be that it's easier to control Alt-Tab between the two as actual apps, as opposed to being like in a browser. So, and you can also find them on here. I actually haven't noticed the option there. I just created it, but it is hanging around there as well. But starting off, web apps is one of the things there. If we move on to the next thing, which is actually quite pretty cool, and I've never seen this in my life before. I think this is actually really, really cool. It's called Hypnotix. Where has this been all my life? So it's actually like an IPTV player, or a free-to-air TV player, essentially. Let's get rid of some things in the background and see how it works. So there's like 2,500 channels from all around the world. If I was to go to Australia, my country, I can vouch for what channels are here. There we go, ABC, Rainbow. I don't know much about that one. Fox Sports TV. A few other here and there. Sometimes it takes a while to load up, but it doesn't have all the channels, but it's got a great deal. I mean, 2,500 across the globe. And look at that, we've got some English medical drama of some description there. Don't know what it is, but it works, and that's very cool there. So one other thing about this whole program is you've actually got video on demand as well, which means movies and series, and you do need to type in the link and be able to actually access all of that. And if I was to scroll down here, we can see what that's all about there as well. TV series and movies. So very, very cool. Even if only for the IPTV factor that I've just shown you there. Next up is other things like the file manager here. So you can actually select favorites, favorite folders, and pop them in here, which is nice to see. That hasn't been there in the past. You can even star automatically stars it. So if I was to say this documents one, I want to add this to favorites. Great, alongside my dope files, and go to favorites, and I'll see them both there. So just a little bit of usability going on there as well. Let's have a look. So and that is actually in the favorite in the menu there as well. So yeah, they're just talking about that. Nothing too exciting though. It is running the latest release of the Cinnamon desktop environment, which is really, really nice to see there as well. It talks about 5% rendering improvements for 4K and lower screens, blah blah blah. But it is just a little bit more flashier, a little bit more newer. It hasn't got any really evolutionary changes, just incremental in my opinion. But I'll get into that in another video there. Printing and scanning improvements, as with every new version of Linux Mint there. But one actually very important thing to mention here is, and if I pop it up very, very quickly, I might not even show it here, but it is actually the long-term service release. So if I scroll all the way up to the top, you'll find that it's actually supported until 2025. So that's really, really fantastic. Install once and just have it on the same machine for effectively about 5 years, maybe a smidge less. There is a few other little tweaks and improvements here and there. I might cover them in other videos, but that's pretty much it, guys. Just a super simple, quick, fun video to show you some of the really the updates on the latest release of Linux Mint Cinnamon. One thing I'll let you know is that its also code name is Ulissa as opposed to Ulana, the current available version. You can still install this from the Linux Mint website. I guess the full disclaimer: do back up your stuff before you upgrade to this one, because as I say, it's still beta. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like I say, thanks again. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, subscribe, enjoy, and appreciate all of your support. And I hope to see you guys there in the next one. So cheers.